For the vast majority of bushcrafters, the simple tarp has become our shelter solution, and with good reason. It's lighter to carry than a tent, it's far more versatile in that we can put it up in different ways to suit conditions or to suit whether we're using a fire or not. It also is a multi-purpose piece of kit. You don't have to use it as a shelter, it can be used to waterproof your rucksack. I've even used mine for building boats and rafts in the past. So it's a good, really versatile piece of kit. And its other big advantage over a tent is that with a tent, when you get in it and you zip it up, what you've actually come to enjoy, the great outdoors, is outside of your tent. And you're inside your tent and you can't see it. With a tarp, you can set it up in different ways that allows you to see the actual surroundings that you're staying in. Now, I've used quite a few different tarps over the years. The one that I tend to carry is a little light green one made by a company called Kathmandu Trekking. Very good, very lightweight. Sadly no longer available because the company stopped producing them many years ago. The other tarp that I use, and I've used for a long time, is one of these. And this is the DD Hammocks 3x3 metre tarp, and it's an excellent piece of kit. This is my third one. My original one I bought not long after they started doing them, and it was a sort of dark forest green colour. After that I went over to their multicam version, which was okay. The tarp was brilliant, still functioned as I wanted it to, but I didn't particularly like their take on multicam. Then I saw that they brought out this supposedly coyote brown one, which I think is actually more of a chocolatey brown, but the tarp is still good, and actually this brown colour blends really well into a winter environment, which is good because this is an ideal tarp for the winter. For when the weather gets rougher, this is great. The thing that makes it so good in the winter is its actual size. It's 3 metres square, which is just under 10 feet square, which is a large area. If you're hammock camping any time of year, one of the big things that can make it uncomfortable is the breeze that blows across your back. Well, with a 3x3 metre square one, you can have the sides down sufficiently that the wind is kept off your back. When the weather is rough and perhaps you get 2 or 3 days of rain, you need a space you can actually live under. A little small space like a poncho spread out between a couple of trees is not really enough. 3x3 metres, that 10-foot square that you're going to have to live under, is really good. It allows you to get changed, get out a wet kit, put dry kit on, carry out your personal admin. You can even cook in under there. If you're using something like a small spirit stove, you can have it just outside, but it still gives you plenty of space to move around, to keep all of your kit dry and to live. And that's exactly what you want. Obviously, with this one, it's got lots of tie-on points. There's 19 in total, and that allows you to set it up in a whole load of different ways to suit the environment or suit the way you like to camp. You can set it up so it favours the fire, so it slopes all the way to the ground on the back and only comes down a little bit at the front, so that you've got protection from the rear and you've got a little bit of protection from the front, but it still allows you to enjoy the fire. If you're in an area where there's not a whole lot of trees, perhaps if you're out on mountainous or moorland terrain, then you can actually set it up as a tent as well. If you're a hammock camper, well, it's a big space that you can put over your hammock with the sides down, but again, it keeps that wind off your back because of the size. You can have it down low. If the weather is windy and you don't want a cold back, you can raise the sides up a bit so you can enjoy your environment, look out onto what you've actually come out to visit and enjoy. Weight wise, it's not particularly lightweight. It comes in at about 800 grams, but for the amount of coverage you get, I think that's absolutely fine. I've no experience of their new super light range, but if you get the same coverage for less weight, it can't be a bad thing. Cost wise, I think in the UK they're about £38–40. Over in America, I think you're looking probably at about $69–70 according to Amazon anyway. But what you're getting is the tarp. I think you get 4 pegs, some guy lines, and it's an outstanding bit of kit. If you are in the market for a tarp that you can use year round, that will give you plenty of protection and won't break the bank, then this is the way you want to go. They're fairly robust, well, as robust as any technically a sheet of plastic can be. But as I said, I've used mine for all sorts of things. I've wrapped my rucksack in it and tied it up and used it to waterproof my rucksack when I've been crossing rivers. I've used it to put a skin on a coracle, and it's been fairly robust. And if it does get a little tear or a little hole in it, a little bit of duct tape on either side tends to sort most things out. If you're new to bushcraft, you're just starting out and you're looking for a good shelter system, then one of these DD hammock tarps are absolutely excellent. It won't break the bank, they're reasonably robust, and they give you a really good, versatile shelter. I'm not sponsored by them, they're not paying me to do this, they haven't given me a free tarp or a free hammock. I've just been a long time user of these, and I think they're really good, and I would happily recommend them to anybody. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you found the information useful. If you have, then hit the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you think other people would enjoy this information or perhaps benefit from this information, then hit the share button as well. Remember, you can help support the channel by just popping over to my Etsy shop. It's Greencraft Shop, and there's a few items there up for sale, different things that I make, and of course the Greencraft patch. Why not show your support for the channel by getting one of these patches and putting it either on your smock or on your rucksack. I've been Neil, and until next time, stay safe.